doesn't have the right to do it.
Professor, I'm very sorry. We have limited time. We have to move on to our next segment. As the war rages on between Israel and Iran, Russia has entered the picture, backing Tehran and condemning the United States. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow today. During the meeting, Putin said that any aggression against Iran was groundless. He stressed that Russia is ready to help the Iranian people. The Kremlin strongly condemned the US airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites, calling them regrettable and unjustified. Iran's foreign ministry says it is now expects Russia to play an active role, especially as tensions with Washington escalate. This comes as Israeli strikes have killed over 400 Iranians so far reportedly, and US President Donald Trump warns Tehran has 2 weeks to avoid direct US action. Meanwhile, Iran's retaliation has killed at least 25 Israelis and more than 450 missiles and 400 drones have been launched. In a week of heavy losses, Israel also claims it struck Iran's Isfahan nuclear facility, once again hitting centrifuge sites. 3 Iranian commanders, including a top Quds Force Hamas liaison, were also reportedly killed. Foreign Minister Gideon Saar says the strikes have set back Iran's nuclear progress by 2 to 3 years. Now, back in Europe, French President Emmanuel Macron says the EU will step up talks with Iran, hoping to prevent a broader war. But Tehran refuses to negotiate with the United States while under fire. The United Nations warns of a looming refugee crisis as people flee both Israel and Iran. As Russia strengthens its support and Israel warns of a long war, the region faces a dangerously widening conflict. Let's listen in to what the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi had to say.
به جمهوری اسلامی ایران تهاجم جدیدی که صورت گرفته، طبیعی هست که بحث‌های ما الان جدی‌تر خواهد بود و ابعاد گسترده‌تری رو در بر می‌گیره. این یک حمله و تجاوزی هست که قطعاً باید محکوم بشه. ما از موضع روسیه که امروز با شدیدترین نوع ممکن این تهاجم رو محکوم کردن قدردان هستیم و امیدوار هستیم که با گام‌های عملی همراه بشه در شورای امنیت. این حمله‌ای که آمریکا انجام داد، حمله اول به منشور ملل متحد هست، چون کاملا خلاف منشور هست. حمله به قوانین بین‌الملل هست، حمله به حقوق بین‌الملل هست، حمله به قوانین بین‌الملل هست و از همه مهمتر حمله به NPT و نظام عدم اشاعه هست.
But the battlefield isn't just military or economic, it's also diplomatic. Iran may choose to respond using its diplomatic alliances, extending to China, Russia and beyond. A diplomatic response will surely help avoid further strikes, but could aggravate the West even further, particularly considering Iran's strong ties with the likes of China, Russia and North Korea, as well as its membership of the emerging bloc of BRICS and the OIC. Iran has a number of responses to consider, and the one that will show the most restraint will be a diplomatic reaction. For Iran, it could be exercised through their proxies in Hezbollah and Houthi attacks, which could impact American assets in the area. It could also be through Iran's allies in China and Russia and the BRICS, as well as the OIC nations, all of whom have either staunchly supported Iran or quietly abstained from action against the regime. While the USA may not be looking actively for a regime change, they may have to contend with different pressures in international thanks to Iran's diplomatic alliances.